close to you. Okay, thank you. Yeah. I want to say a very good afternoon to all of you and to welcome you to the Speaker of the Month event today. The Speaker of the Month event today is very significant in that we have a very seasoned and experienced business personality. Normally, if you want to listen to him, you will have to go to these large ASEAN business fora or specific industrial fora. But Kun Chan, Mr. Chan is like my brother, and when I said I need your help to come and talk to the students, please do that. He very readily agreed to be here today, and I'm very grateful. Immediately after Mr. Chan has spoken to us, we will go downstairs to a building at 3 o'clock. All right? We will go to the lobby at 3 o'clock, where we will help an environmental campaigner, a gentleman who is bicycling the world, and he's launching his campaign from Thailand here at Assumption University. What he's doing is he is traveling across the world to try to convince people to put an end to global warming. Okay, so at 3 o'clock, after the session, we will go down for that. And all of you are requested to be present. Okay? And then the event will be over by 3:15, 3:20, and then you can go home. Okay, do I have your agreement on that? Yeah? Okay. I want to thank Mr. Chan for being with us this afternoon. I have known him for the past 14 years. Okay, and I know that his relationship with anyone is value driven. He likes to create value. Okay, in a very ethical way, but in an intrinsically Thai way, and that is gentleness, persuasion, but also goodwill, and yet to be able to get the mission accomplished. So, dear students, this is a very special Speaker of the Month event, and you guys have to be very lucky, okay, to be here. I'm going to ask you to write short notes, all right, and also to make note of Kun Chan's email address, okay, so that you can then connect with him and keep in touch with him, and he will guide you. Kun Chan graduated from Assumption Commercial College many years ago, and that's why this afternoon before the event I gave him the Assumption University logo, because I said, you are not outside of us, you are one amongst us. So to those of us who are from Thailand, we can call him Big Brother. Okay, and even if you're from China, please consider him your brother. If you're from Myanmar or any other country in the world, please consider Kun Chan as your brother, okay, because that he is. With that, let me hand focus over to him, and please help me welcome him.
Thank you, Ajahn. So I just would like to say a few words before I start on this some technical knowledge for you as business students. Myself, being graduated many years ago from Assumption, but at the time when I was studying at the college, there was the Assumption APEC today. And in fact, I was helping the principal, that Atikan, as a secretary. So I was very much involved in setting up APEC. Some 50 years ago, I accompanied Brother Atikan drove along Moma after the big flood, and they come to see this part of land, which is, there is nowhere to be found. It's all rice fields, and the road is very bad. And Brother Atikan pointed there, it is a place that we want to set up a university. I said, well, out in the middle of nowhere, where you want to set up a business school and then university. So somebody offered land at a very attractive price, and it's because the land, as you can see today, it's like a strip, which is what the land allocation is. They have one road and then they are strip of land, and that's what first land bought by Assumption St. Gabriel's credit group that owned the land and start gradually built. And then the first university, ABAC university, was in Assumption Commercial College in San Antonio building. I was fortunate to help those brother who was the founder and the original first dean of the college was Brother Luis. Before then, and then they come here and they want to going from scale to scale. So I'm also, can relate to your brother, not big brother, but your brother that know a lot about history coming out of the history here. Okay. So I think that is all. I would like also to entertain some questions. So in the old day, people ask this, they have to listen to what the speaker said and just go on. Which means we presume that you don't have questions. But being in the business school, you should have questions. And the questions comes, but those questions might be relying for you undertaking to your business or whatever you need to do as a person or as a group. Okay, so that is what I want to say. Okay, so let me begin by giving you some idea. The reason I'm purposely making this as the first thing is because I want you to know that I'm just talking with some information which is I do some research, not talking just only from the experience. So I'll begin my presentation today by everybody here is just for coming for a purpose. And you want to make your purpose more meaningful when you graduate. So first step when you step into the university, you should have a goal. Not just think about it after you just about to graduate. It's too late already. 6 months before you graduate, it's too late. You should have it right on the first step that you step into the university. Because this day, as you know, everything moves very fast, extremely fast. So I'll just give you a scenario of whole thing. This is maybe a little bit too small, but I'll just give you some information. So this is the World Bank map of the labor force participation in the world. In fact, if you go to World Bank as a reference, it's that you can see that when you point at certain country, you give your figures. Those figures are labor participation. I mean, number of labor workforce that work in the economy in that country, in that particular economy, referring to the total number of population. Okay, so here you can see that the number of workforce. They only just there's a combination of male and female those working work. In percentage, you go and see. But this is the pictures can be summarized to this. The labor force participation getting lower and lower, which means that the number of population in the world is increasing. But people are working less. Number of people are working less. This one doesn't really tell you that working as your boss. This figure only tells you that people are working as a salary person because they are taking information only for people when you are paying tax for your payroll, when they're collecting, you register that you are working for a certain company, and that's a good policy. So the number of participation is getting lower and lower, but it doesn't mean that you are having no job. It means that, on the contrary, people they are not working for other company, they're working for themselves. That's means people like you, when you graduate, it's not, you should not think that you're going to be a salary man just working for somebody else. You should grow your own wealth. Because you're working for somebody else, means you're working to enrich other people, not to yourselves. Okay. So this is a picture. The picture can tell you a different story, but you have to have the different interpretation from the different perspectives. That will give you an idea. Say, hey, if people that are on the street look at this, say, hey, how come I'm graduate, I will not have no job. In fact, it's not that, because the number, this was 1990, when the world population is only about 6.5 billion. Now it's 7 billion and up. But you see, this participation is low. It's really that after they're working, they go and work for themselves, they start their own business. This is another statistic, but anybody study economy? So you don't know Gini index. Gini index is the index that measures the income inequality. A lot of economic theory tell you about the economic growth measured by GDP, but here this index measures the labor share income inequality. As the country grows, the economy grows. You can see, say for example, USA is somewhere here. See, Australia is here, and then this is what for EU mostly. The comparison and tell you that Italy is here. Why? Italy is here is means their labor participation is high. And also the what you call the index of inequality is also not that high is here, which means that in Italy people are living mostly on the same level. Not so many people are poor, but a lot of relative. Take for example in Germany, you can see that. This is the trend of the developing country. People, when the country are more well developed, there is less labor share. Labor share has been the contribution of the salary that go towards the GDP. So, which means that people are more and more become their own employer, become self-employed. As is rolled down to here, this shows that the lower part here means that a lot of people work for themselves, but there's a big gap of inequality, which means there are only 70%, 80% of the wealth only confined to a certain group of people. Only another 20% enjoy by the rest of the population. It's a lot of if poor people in this interpretation means those who are working for other companies, not on their own. So this indexes show you that the future trend will be like this. If for a well-grown economy, people they are talking about, like some economists say that GDP is not an index to measure the healthy of the country. It should be the level of labor share or income inequality, because this will tell you that the well-being of the people, and also the income inequality is being, if people are not have a big parity spread between the rich and the poor, like as you can see from here, see Germany, Australia, France, Belgium. This country, people are living on the same level. You go to Germany, people that are driving, Mercedes, it's not a rich people. Mercedes Benz in Germany, it's a taxi. Okay, Thailand is different. But also, like in Australia, where I used to live in Australia for 20 years. So the same thing, the rich and poor. Because if you are too rich, they tax you, the government tax you heavily. So people, they don't try to be so rich. If you put money in the bank, then they'll tax you. Everywhere, they tax you upside down for everything. Okay, so it's better to be, comfortably live on the middle level. Okay, this is the terminology and definition of the income part, what we call the labor share. And what I want to show you is that a failing labor share often reflects the more rapid growth of labor productivity. I will show you later on the average of labor compensation and the increase of the capital related to labor. And at the same time, labor share can be considered as an index because labor share is mean that for us, like you, if you want just intended to be a salary person, just go and then, this is something for you to think about, to read, and then to consider whether you want to be just only another person graduate and find a good job and work eternally. It's never happened. Somehow, sometimes people say you are too expensive, they'll just retrench you. So the best thing is that from day one, being in a business school is you have to try to find somewhere that as a buffer zone for you. Do your own business. Okay, this is definition. I'll tell you now. You see, this is economic growth doesn't always see which. What does it mean? It means that as the economy grows, you can see that the labor productivity is high. Yeah, you can see in Singapore, people are expecting to be very productive in Taiwan or in America or in Europe. You have to do more. Like people always say in Singapore and Thailand, one Singaporean is worth 20 times. That's good. They have more productivity. They can do more things. But this day, because of this internet thing, you can do maybe one Singaporean will be about 5 times. So you see, the speed is going very fast. But as the economy grows, the productivity grows, you can see the rate of return. This should be measured by the different, the calculus. People haven't known it, the calculus. And then the rate of return, the rate of increase between here and different. This is very low, which means the income, if you are just only a salary person, or work for even a big company, it doesn't go as fast as the productivity goes. That means as the economy grows, GDP grows, your income doesn't grow as fast. Which means like in Thailand, even this day, they have a lot of real estate. 3 million, start from 2.99, 3 million. But how on earth, if you are, even you are a graduate from here with MBA degree, you will not be able to afford to get a loan to buy a house like that because the income is not enough. So you never rely on one sort of income or just eternally thought that you're going to be a salary person in China. Two people that can get rich first is they have idea and they want. The other one is corruption, but I don't want to talk about the corruption. Okay, so this gives you an idea. Okay, so all the indicators you have to interpret in your own perspective, whether this is good or not. Now, I'll give you a big picture, and then you can decide. The choice between the owner and the rich owner. This will give you another idea. So for the advance, I'll just take, because I don't have much of the information in there as yet. So mostly I'm coming from G20. In G20, which is we consider as a developed economy, most of the income, because if they have big money, they invest, they get better, they get more. Even if you have 20 million baht, you go to your bank, you can argue the interest rate. but you will have 1 million or less than 1 million, you go to the bank, the bank say, then, I give you 1%. So that's why the capital increase is stable, but it's not bad if you consider with the investment, because if they are stable, they are what we call complacent. They don't do much like in Europe. They have been complacent for a long time. Now they realize that they, it's not a growth strategy for everybody. So they don't do investment. Contrary to the emerging country like the ASEAN, we invest a lot. So if we invest, first thing we're looking for is human resource, human capital. We have to pay a little bit more. That's why we invest a lot. Emerging market, not only G20, other countries in ASEAN, they also invest a lot. The first and important factor, element, ingredient in the investment, that's a human resource. So we pay high, really 1/3. But in Thailand, you can see if you work for a company, the average is about 15. But it will grow, which means that when the investment is high, like in Thailand, we have a lot of investment. We work for a new company, we're getting a higher salary than the old one. So this is true. And the capital gain, you can see this day, Thai government doesn't tax on capital gain. So the increase is not that much, not very attractive for people. They put the money just to invest, even in stock exchange. This tells you that it's better to be a business owner because the total is enjoyed by only the owner. The rich earner is only enjoying a little bit. The difference between this and this. Am I getting a little bit too technical? People there just think looking. But this is something which is give you the picture in a different perspective from being a business person. Okay. Now, this is more evidence when we are coming the GDP growth and labor share growth. As you can see, the well-developed countries like France, UK, and in USA, the economy is going, very high. There's GDP are going, but the labor share drops. What does it mean? It means that the income from the rich, from the salary man doesn't reflect the real growth of the GDP. So some people say that we should rewrite the economic theory, which means that when GDP going high, like Thailand say, well, we have a GDP 2.4, 2.5 or something, which means that everybody will enjoy a bigger rise, but you can see nobody going, unless the government say, hey, we have to increase. But the private sector doesn't pay you that much, isn't it? The salary doesn't go as fast as the GDP. So GDP doesn't really reflect the well-being, living standard of a country if you are just a little bit. So it's better for you to be the owner so that you can enjoy much more and then command a better position when the government promote. As you can see, when government promoting something like for the, you can see there's an economic corridor or like in China and the other places. They only invite the top company. And the top company have a lot of workers. So what they never talk about, say, hey, if you are investing this because the government promote in the Eastern Economic Corridor, you have to pay the salary to your worker a little bit higher. They never talk about that part. It's because that is a cost which is Thailand doesn't have a very high productivity. I will show you later on. So this is where I want to show you that the labor share in the growing economy is not that high. And so in the older people like Thailand and other countries, the Philippines, want to go to the US because there's American dreams. go there and you just work. So you're getting, even just a janitor, getting about 3 or 4 times higher than Thailand. People go to work in the Middle East, you are just a small painter, carpenter, you get about 3 times higher than in Thailand. Yeah, Thailand go to work in Korea, go to work in Taiwan, Japan, the same thing. But, at the end of the day, you only just become a worker. But the solution in the equation is just only very small compared to the bigger equation they are profit in the end. So just want to remind you this because it will have the implication when you want graduate. You want graduate to start to work, which country you want to work. Okay, as you know, this is the obvious. I don't want to tell you more. Is that there's a changing in the paradigm. The people in Thailand is also more onto the servicing, not only the industry anymore. I with the federation for 8 years. We can see there are a lot of factories closed down, and they're just becoming manufacturer becoming just only doing servicing. Servicing is being they are just having their own specification, but they do the servicing is just a high production in other parts, importing from China for one part, put their own brand and sell it. So instead of becoming a manufacturer, they are just only doing servicing. Like the company that do maintenance engineering, instead of having a lot of engineers in the companies, they just subcontracting out. And then what they do is that consulting company just writing contracts. If they got a projects, they just contracting out to other small companies. They recruit them and then work. They achieve the same thing, but they enjoy a better margin. Okay, the servicing industry is very positive. This is only this is only available this year, 8 years, 7 years ago, but it's still the same. I'll show you. This is maybe a little bit small, but I want to choose some of this feature, but I'm afraid that you will be confused. This is Thailand, and it will show you that it's from 2017, 2025, 2025, and 2035. The industry have been dropping from 21. Yeah, the industry itself it doesn't increase that much, but agriculture has increased, and the servicing industry has increased, which means that now the sector that is growing in Thailand, which is also forecast, not only Thailand, other countries as well. It's also taking Vietnam. Vietnam is also catching up on Thailand now. They're 41% in about. This is the forecast when AEC open in 2025. We will expect to have more industry doing all servicing industry. And this is all breaking into a small cluster. As you can see in Thailand, this is similar setting in other countries as well, in Asia. Yeah, this is what they contribute to the GDP. So you can see that more servicing industry is coming into taking more contribution. Yeah. Now I'm talking about other thing is labor flexibility, which is something which is you should know, because this will tell you which country you should go and learn. Okay? Yeah. We have North America, Asia, Latin America, North Africa, Europe, and Sub-Sahara. Labor flexibility is if more flexibility, then easy for you to go and get work. So you can see rank number 1. I'll just read it out for you. It's Marshall Island, a small Pacific island in the southern part. Yeah, they are very flexible. It's rank number 1. Becomes Singapore, rank number 9. It's 0.8, 0.08. And then I talk about Australia, it's rank number 30. Thailand is rank number 48. Even Thailand is very open. Okay, and like places like Kazakhstan, and then you also have Japan. Japan is 0.826, which is ranked number 86. China, we have many China, we have China, Taiwan, China, PRC, which ranked number 1 or 2, and then China, Taiwan, even harder. So it's easiest going to the hardest. Labor flexibility is the country which show how easy for you to go work. Okay, so it's just there are a lot of this kind of barriers which make it difficult for a person on the average skill without professional qualification to work in this country. Okay. So this is the index that when you want to go and work overseas, this is the area that you should go and study. This is now available in World Bank's reports. Yeah, coming to this one. This is more important next to you. Everybody know about the student pay? The student pay is mean, when you terminate how much they pay you. You take, for example, this one, Singapore. Nearly non-existent. They don't pay you when you terminate. You pay very little compared to the world average. It is much. Singapore is only about one quarter. Asia Pacific is this much. Compared, like Indonesia, you pay skyrocket if they terminate you. So it's but if they pay you skyrocket, the worst is true. They pay you very little salary. Okay, so this one measure two things. One measure the cost of the company, how much they pay. The other one, the cost, our income. So if you work in Japan, yeah, they pay you more. See, the empty space here is what you expect to get, because the company expects you have to pay you very little, because they have another what we call other welfare code. My experience with China, Hong Kong. You see, you have China, Hong Kong that pay you not much. That means your salary is high. Against your paying PRC, you see, they pay you less. So if you have a choice of working like people, you are from China, it's better to work in Hong Kong than to work in Beijing or in other places in Shanghai or other places. They pay you less. So let me see there is Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Korea. You see? So this is a really good index. It gives you people that never interpret it this way. They only look at the other way for the company. But the other way around, you can look at this and say, hey, I have a choice, I will go to work in Japan, I will go to work in certain places. Okay? Now, this is the openness of the country. So this graph shows you the combination of countries like 20 countries like Armenia, Azerbaijan, Japan, Korea, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Nepal, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Philippines, Singapore, China, Taipei, Pakistan. This means the country are open up. Most of the country are open up because of what? Because this country they plan to have, invest in a new company, expand, and then having invest more in the business. So open up in Asia that give you a trade that okay, I'm survive. After you graduate, you still have a job to do. So this country in Asia give you a lot of jobs to do. Okay. Now come to the best part. Select a country. So you can see from here. This is the average monthly income. Singapore on top. Cambodia, Indonesia on the low level. And this graph shows you the productivity against the basis. You see Singapore, so the West country are suggesting you want to go and work, this is the area. You have Singapore, Australia, Japan, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Malaysia. Thailand is still here. Not bad. Which means, like, take for example Singapore, I mean, they expect you to work very hard, high productivity. At the same time, they pay you more. Australia is even higher, which means Australia pay you more. Productivity is not as much as they don't expect you to work as hard as in Singapore. So a lot of Singaporeans go to Australia. Japan, the same. They're a little bit more. They pay you more. Yeah, they pay you more. Yeah, you don't have to work as hard as in Singapore. Yeah, because of the population maybe. New Zealand, yeah. So these two countries, but because of the labor flexibility is low. So even you look at this, you have to also look at the other part, whether they are able, flexible enough to accommodate you to grow in. So this is what we should do. And when the country open up, the economy open up, in order to protect their own worker, they have this what they call professional qualification scheme. I think like in the US or in the well-developed country, if you go to Europe or to America, because you as an electrician, you still have to pass the examination, the test in that country. I think not like in Thailand that much. You can talk to a contractor in Thailand. You have hired one person which is a handyman. They can do everything from sweeping the floor, painting, carpeting, the electrician, plumbing, everything. So it's cheap, but productivity is low. Okay. Similarly, I would say in Myanmar, China is getting there. Okay. So this is a thing that you have to consider when you have to be as a professional. MBA doesn't really recognize as sort of profession because you have your basic degree already, like accountant or be a marketer, marketing, or being other things already. So MBA is just give you the idea of how things come up and make into a business. So very good advice for me is that if you study MBA, you should not think of being a salary person. You should go and do your own books and be your own boss. Okay, now I come to things that I have been familiar with for the past 8 years, and I left 4 years ago, so 12 years ago. So the government of Thailand had requested the Federation of Thai Industry to come up with a one paper called Industry 4. The reason is that Thailand don't know what position they are. They are in 2 or 3 or 3.5 or 4. Definitely not 4. Thailand is about this much. And between 1 and 3, which means they are semi-automation. We have special scheme. We have company that are doing our job, all sorts of things. We are in this level. Industry 4. Anybody knows about the Industry 4, the concept? So I'll give you a good idea. The concept of Industry 4 is when you do production or servicing is you become what they call mass customization is a word. Like you take for example, you produce BMW, Mercedes-Benz or Toyota, you go into the mass production line. But with Industry 4, you link all the demand and all the special request feature into production. So this day you can have your own limited edition of your own model vehicle, your own Toyota, your own BMW. You just write when you make the order, you can write whatever you like. You have a fancy dashboard. We have a very stylistic cushion and then all sort of things. You can write it down and then make that part. Then they can produce it for you. That's what they link all the information together. This is called Industry 4, which is the one that already have that is all this part, all the country in this area already achieved its 4 or 4.5 already. And this is our more developed country, and Thailand is still here. So you see, Thailand is still a very ambitious scheme to go to 4, which is, I will tell you how many years it will take. Yeah, sorry, this is all in Thai, but I will explain to you anyway. Yeah, Thailand is just about here. We are, in fact, virtually we are just only about 2, only half. So if people are talking about 4, we're talking about only a dreams. Because they say only by 2020 that we will achieve industrial 3, which means we have more productivity, high increased productivity, more specialized, more automation, everything will be turning into automatics. And then starting 2025, then Thailand will have Industry 4, which is another how many years of here? That's a long way. That's nearly 7 years. 7 years from now. 7, 8 years from now. And then in fact, that when we reach that state, it's only a selected industry, not all. The Thai would like to have this farming, Industry 4 in farming, which means we want to use the same high increased productivity on the same plot of land, or if we want to have the same output, we reduce the number of land utilization. So we want to reduce the number of farmers to 1/3. And then 2 or 3 of this 1/3 that we reduce from the agriculture sector will go to the servicing. So this is the aim of Thailand. Thailand will like, at the moment, Thailand is in what we call middle income trap. The term is familiar to everybody. Middle income trap is where, we are the economy richest state where a lot of people having a little bit of dispensable money, but they will get away from that. You have your higher salary, but all other things also increase, so you end up in percentage wise. The number of disposable income is stay the same. That's why they call it middle income trap. So your earning doesn't really change in percentage. Even you're having 40,000 baht, now you have 60,000 baht, but your disposable income is only about 15% when you were 40 or when you were 60,000. That's a trap. So in order to get away from this trap, we increase productivity, increase availability of the products, and also accessible to other economy, like that's why they open up AEC, just to give the opportunity for Thai people that earn more going to places like Myanmar, going to like Laos, going to other developing countries to spend money, because their cost of living is low, then you can enjoy more. Because like I'll tell you later, this day people they are talking about how they want to keep their value. The United States cannot be fooling everybody like us today. They just keep printing our money. And they will just use the money to buy things. And in fact they're printing money to buy our products. As a result, they exploit our products. So people they say in future we don't want to use the US dollar, we don't want to use pound, we don't want to use yen, we have a new currency. As you know, one coin, a Bitcoin or something like that. Because this is acceptable universal currency. So this is where the Thai industry have. Now this is a selected industry which the Thai already have in the what you call plan, that biotech, as you know, the people in biotech, herbal industry, herbal product, FinTech, that's what I mentioned about. MTech, that's robotic, sensor and automation, health servicing and health device, medical devices, aeronautical maintenance and parts, artificial intelligence, this is all services, alternative energy, like they are making use of the waste now, like as you heard Sweden now importing rubbish, garbage from UK and turn into energy. where you can see that this day anything is can be sold, and the environment and waste management is this is all the area of industry which will be the trend for a good, I think, for another 10 years, which is I think the same as you can see in China also. It's going to be growth, come with a lot of environmental issue. The smoke, the dust is spreading everywhere. Artificial intelligence. So this is the thing which will come in the future. So when you plan your career future, you should go into this company that can provide this kind of in this kind of business industry. So how will you prepare? First thing, I just talked to many people and I talked to Jack Crane. You have to know yourself. Where is your strength? You have to evaluate yourself. You have to know yourself. You are ready, not talking to your friend because hey, you want to come join me. This is something after you have to evaluate yourself, not just join because you want to join. You doesn't have your own decision. You have to be self-reliant. Excellent test is important. When you have an idea, tell your friend, and if they reject it, you say, okay, maybe it's not that good. So you have to come and then find out encouragement. If you want to stick to your idea, find out somewhere you can get the encouragement. That's what I say. When you first step into the university or business school, you should know exactly where you want to go. And then you just keep on testing your idea. Or you tell friends, tell your lecturer, tell other colleagues outside. Is it a good idea or not? If not, throw it. If good, then like I just talked to one of the participants here. Yeah, I have many ideas. I don't know which one to finish. A good one of the professor from US MBA, they say, if you have too many ideas, you just have to learn how to throw away a bad idea. You have too many ideas, having too many choices, and you know which one to do. You have to learn by testing, tell other people, and listen. Just throw away, forget about it, don't come back again. Okay? Because otherwise you keep your mind moving and just only on the idea which is not feasible. So it's learn how to throw away the bad idea if you have too many ideas. Okay? So this is the thing which is in the future. You have to do a lot of networking. Like alumni association is one area. Go outside, trade association, networking, all sort of networking you should go. Because even this day, a lot of companies from, I have met a lot of companies from US, from Europe, and from Japan. They have product, and they want to come to me to help them because they know that I have a lot of network. I know a lot of, I know all the industry. I know 46 customer industry. So whatever which industry they come, they will ask me, hey, can you help me find customer, find this kind of supply? Because that is a thing which not so many people know about how to go about. So this is very important. And sharing, which means like, as you know, this day, you really don't have to have a big company. You have a small company, but how to manage, how to put a string on the back of them without the knowledge. Then when they earn, you also earn. And then at your age, you should be a specialist. When no point of setting up a company if you are not a specialist. If you don't have the idea of the business, you should have at least your close friend or somebody that have a specialist idea, without which you will not survive. Okay, and speed is also important. I don't have to tell this is like Bill Gates said, in the old days, the hunter is just only take your weapon, put in the bullet, and then search, and then aim, and then fire. Okay, this day you take out the gun again and keep on firing. Then without because you have too many bullets is very cheap. Is the media, the cost of media per unit is very small. So you just keep on firing because eventually you hit the blue mark. Okay, so this speed is important. Another thing is like Vietnam, I show you. I don't say I'm not trying to intimidate a country like Vietnam. Eat a lot of dog. Oh, for good reason. Oh, not so many Bambino in the older. You know why? That's a good reason. It's just for keeping warm in the winter, isn't it? But there's a good part behind is that dog is aging very fast, about 7 times more than human. So the economy in Vietnam, they have been in war for nearly 20 years, but they catch up with Thailand is only just 10 years. Because of the dog year series, it's good, you give it the Vietnam, ideology and behind this. That's why the theory of dog year, and then always tell people about dog year theory. Nobody understand what it is, but in fact, you catch up very fast because if you learn and go and catch up, and it is where speed is important. In fact, after all this, this day you have a lot of big data, you have Internet of Things you can analyze, you have Google Analytics and a few other things which can provide you analytical tools. But the most important thing is decision judgment. No matter, I think this day I'm not knowledgeable than you. You go and search in Google and other places, you find information necessary for your particular need. But what is important is how to make decisions. Like you say, you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of interest, but how you pick the right decision, how you make use of that decision. This is not Buddhism. I'm not teaching Buddhism. I'm not teaching Catholicism. I'm not teaching Catholicism. But what I'm teaching you is how you can come and make right decision. Yeah, when you have questions, you have so many problems. Okay. Mindfulness. Mindfulness, what does that mean, mindfulness? Be aware of ourselves. It's like in Thailand, I don't know how many people, how many here in the audience are Thai? Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. Mindfulness ก็คือสติ I mean, be aware of yourself all the time. You have to be aware. That's why if you are very angry, if you're mindful, you drive very carefully because you know that you have to mind that you have to control your emotions. So mindfulness is very important because mindfulness will help strengthen when you have a self-restraint. You're driving very emotionally. You are very angry and you restrain. I'm not going to take up the phone. People they say, hey, there's some beautiful lady on the side. You're driving very hard and at high speeds. So self-discipline is important. And every self-discipline, meditation, people say, hey, meditation has to be sit in the corner in the dark room, nobody disturbs you. That is not true. Meditation can be performed anywhere. Even when I'm here, I can do meditation. You can do meditation. Meditation is when after you have first, second, third, meditation is when you stay focused. Meditation is when you focus. Because like if you have problems, you be aware, restrain, meditate. Meditate is when you focus on the problem. Then you will find wisdom. Wisdom is mean knowledge. Yeah, I'm teaching you a little bit of theology. Knowledge, because knowledge, in fact, knowledge is everywhere. And people they say, oh, I discover nuclear energy, I discover a new product. In fact, really not true. Knowledge is everywhere. It's just because you can build a conduit this way, and you reach that goal. Which means when you do the meditation, then you select your channels. You set your value, and when the channel is right, you have the knowledge. And with the knowledge, you can make decision. I will tell you, if you go to this process, your decision when you're making the final decision, you're 99% correct. If that's not correct, then you will have how you can have a second solution, because all the knowledge that provide to you is just coming from the fully perceived values. And then you are self-disciplined. So even in the worst case, you still know how to maneuver and negotiate outside your problem. So this is very important. You don't take it for granted, because being, I'll tell you, even a lot of these Westerners come to Asia. Like in Vietnam, you have a very renowned Buddhist. I don't know. I can't remember the name. Also in Thailand, also especially in Myanmar, you also have very strict Buddhists. Also, this can be. I'm not saying other countries like in China, it's the same. You have Confucians, which is give you how you got to treat people, and then this is where a lot of solutions come out from the teaching. But this is all in all, it can be summarized into this one. So this is very important, very crucial for you when you're making even the business decision. This way, I just tell you earlier already. How you want to select a country to work. The economy has to be stable, labor law, indicator. This one is important for your wages, money in the pocket, productivity, if they're working you so hard. Okay, capital gain tax, greenfield, everywhere, high risk, high returns. Okay, so this is where, I have been working with many companies, even from Japan, invest in Thailand, invest in Myanmar. They're looking at sort of area like this. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Not just try to favor a group. DPR Laos, which is the northern part of Thailand, the southern part of Vietnam, neighbor to Vietnam and to Thailand, also to Myanmar. Okay, so Laos is a very country which is very close to very friendly, what we call friendly, and similarity to Thailand. So it's very similar to Thailand. The country is just because of a country with no border to any seashore, so it be handicapped. But this is a thing which they never explore. And for a country or for people, if you want to go and work, there are a lot of this investment from other countries going to work with. If you go follow them, work in the companies. A lot of startup companies now in Laos, but not from Thailand. Who you believe they are coming from China, they're coming from Japan, they're coming from Eastern Europe. The government, a lot of incentive, the lifestyle is very similar. If you are studying here 4 years already, so you should familiar with Thai. So Laos is not that different at all. Similar to, neighbor Myanmar, Chan state, same. Similar to Yunnan, similar to Vietnam. So this is all the place where, you should focus on not just go back and look in your country, and the opportunity of development. Good. So this is in Thai again. It's just for, give you the idea. For those who are Thai, and this give you an idea that, hey, these are professional scheme, Thailand professionals qualification institute. This is where a specialist needs to register in order to what you call have a higher assessment of your income. If you, like for example, if you are accountant, if you either you go to study an exam for CPA, CFA in the US or in Europe, where they have the examination here. But also in Thailand, if you go and have qualification here, then you can present to the company that how you will get a higher salary. Because there are a lot of things that are coming. Unfortunately, they are but it's only Thai is the only country in CLMV that has this CLV is Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam. These are the only country that have this very comprehensive. So it's good because it will raise the productivity at the same time. It will give you a little bit of bargaining chip to bargain for your higher salary. Now, at the moment, because of Thailand lack of the vocational skills, so most of the program are geared towards training the vocational skill. But for other level also, it's something that you should consider for Thai. But for if you are just a student from the neighboring countries, then you should go and then see if your country has this, because that is important. In the past, normally you just go and apply in the US and then sit for the exam. Like engineer, you have to sit for the exam. Like I was in New Zealand, you go and sit for the exam before qualify as an engineer to work in engineer. But in Thailand, they're just starting. In the past, if you're an engineer or medical doctor from Philippines, you come work straight away, but not this day. For the past 10 years, you have to come and do an exam. Similar, I think, for the other country. This is something which is reflect to the flexibility of country that they allow to work in the country. So this is where it is. I get the reference from all this. Okay, so anybody wants information, you can get it from here. I think Federation of Fantasy has websites. The TPQI also have website. EDP, World Bank, and EDP. These are all the information they all linked. Okay, and that's I end my presentation. Just give you an idea of what you should prepare for and what country you should look for if you want to go to work, and then how you decide whether you want to be an entrepreneur, business owner, or rather than business owner. Okay, so I end my presentation now. So what time is it? Oh, I have half an hour. Half an hour. So with the half an hour, you want to ask any questions or I have a little small video for AEC. So, what would you like? Question first, or you look at the other video? Any questions? But what I would like to suggest is that you should have planned your business like on your onset when you start study here. Even the idea is simple and then don't think that anybody will don't worry, just go ahead and test it. The thing is that you have 4 years. 4 years is very important. You have 4 years. Your friends around can be your consultant. You can talk to them if they're not like you, they have the idea. Collect the idea. Another thing is, I think up to your level now, you don't be taught how to keep profiling. I don't know whether in the Western, then really like in Japan, for example, they keep profiling, which means when you go see Japanese in the kindergarten school, everybody have a small notebook, and they keep recording everything in there. Let's keep the record, and then that record will go into the profile. They achieve anything, they have a problem with it, they just write it down, and that is a profile when you go and apply for a position. I see some of the resume very, very badly compiled, not worth of being a graduate from here, ABAC. Send me 1 page, usually my name and everything, and just doesn't say anything. And then how would a person, a company will accept you? They don't want to call you for interview if you present like that. You have to at least present yourselves in a very concise way. Information vital enough for them to make decision. Yeah, this guy is good in what area. That's why I say, what is your specialization? You should write it down. 1 page, 2 pages enough, not more than 2 pages. It took 3-4 pages is too because if you talk to a company, recruiting company, there's a maximum they will take about 5 to 10 seconds to read to your resume. So your executive summary, your brief note, whatever, it counts. Also, the cover letter. Cover letter should be also summarizing what you are planning to do, apart from your CV. Okay, this is just for those who want to apply for a job. But if you have the idea or just to start the idea, you might be able to also keep your profile and send that send. Because people, if they look at it, they're interested in the look at it. Your brief and your profile. Your first CV, 2 pages, is fine when you have. But you have to contain a very vital information. Okay? Questions, otherwise I'll give you a little bit of this video, which is about AEC. Just tell you about how open the country AEC is started. AEC is already been kick-started last year. And with that, they opened up 7 professions. I can't remember what they call, but they are nurses, they are accountants, they are surveyors, they are some medical, some engineer, so it's 7 professions which is already been open. If you're an engineer in 10 countries, you can work in another country. If you certify, you have to fill the form. With that one, you can work with that one example, one case. I don't remember what it is. Mostly AEC, the head office in Indonesia. Then you can go on the website and look at it. But you can work. You are able to work in Vietnam, in Laos, in Myanmar, in Thailand, in other countries.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
One question. My name is Jose. Is it difficult for a foreigner to start a small or medium-sized business in Thailand?
This is very common question. No, but you have to qualify, certify certain like you have to incorporate in Thailand. If you want to have 100% own, then your company has to be in a certain zone promoted or BOI promoted. Okay, so especially if you are an IT company, it's very low, and also they have to certify the capital requirements. You need at least 2 million baht to start. Because 2 million baht is enough to be on the benchmark to have one work permit if you are not promoted. Okay, so that's for example being just a startup company. But better still, if you increase a little bit of capital, then getting the UI privileges, then you can go in like now they have the EEC, which is the Eastern Economic Corridor. They have EECD, Eastern Economic Corridor Digital Hub, where you can have business there easier. They have one-stop service where you can do register, operate in there, but only in that zone. When the customer can come and go, but when you conduct the business, it will be in that zone. The tax will be accepted. So there's a lot of benefit and privileges you can study from the VOI. Okay. So to answer your question, yes. So if you are to the requirements, yes. If not. Yes.
According to this question about SME, we are studying in marketing management course, and teacher give us assignment to create small firm. I want to know that if you are invested in SME that just start up form and money you invest is around 5 million, what is you expected that form that money?
You haven't studied hard enough to give that kind of question. Because in this day, you should test your idea first before you come to this level. The reason is that because the idea is very, very simple. And then how on earth a person, if they have money, they will invest in your company if you don't tell them what is it you need to teach you. You just tell them very, very basic. So when you want to attract people to invest in your company, or even your father, or even your parents, you should tell them exactly what is the strength of your business, and then how you go to help protect them during the early stage. And this day, as you can see, funding, crowdfunding, that's a good test bed. You just throw an idea because they just ask you to fill in the form. Fill in the form doesn't cost you anything, but you have to collect the idea from friends, from people that know you or doesn't know you. Collect it and then go for it. Okay, because that is more, you can test that first. But then if you want them to attract to your business, then you have to show them that people that are coming, there are many people that are taking equity in your company in school, they listed, they have to share the IPO, they have been 2 or 3 times return. That is one thing. And all people, they only just being just an investor, or people they just have interest in the same business as you are and want to see how it's growing. Or even your competitors. See, they want to buy you out after you become very successful. So there's a good thing and bad thing when you're taking on the business partner. The first thing very important is that how you could protect your business intellectual properties. This is very important. And this day has been proven that it's valuable a lot, like Microsoft. And Microsoft, some 20 years ago, people are buying Windows, copies, spreadsheet and copies. And all of a sudden, Microsoft said, hey, per user has been then fixed. Register when you install the register in this computer only. So you go to another computer here. The school there might be 30 computers that you can use on the same license. Apart from that, you pay. See, that's intellectual property. So it's very important that intellectual property on the day one you should think about. That is important, and that is where the business will come from. This day, they're just buying just names. Very a lot. So you have to study. Question can be asked, but it's proven whether you have to do a lot of thinking or not. It's some of the questions you ask is very basic. You better go and study more. But it doesn't prevent you from it's good, to have some feedback. But also, at the same time, this is something that you will collect more information at a higher level. Like otherwise, I'm not saying that I'm not value. I value your ideas. Ideas and also people they value my idea. That's why I'm making a living. I'm making a living today because of that. When they come to me, I think I should launch this product or this where I should have created my factory and all this company, all this information we need to collect first.
add, Mr. Chan, what is your business concept? That is very important. Know the product, know the business concept, run a cash flow on the investment, and whatever the operations, product featuring, your IP, everything, a cash flow for at least 3 years, conservatively speaking.
Okay. For my question, it just like generally like if you are invest amount of money, what you are expected, what you first expected from that money you are going to invest. Not so deeply, but just look at it and make a small decision.
I mean, for business point of view, if you invest in something, you're expecting return. The first thing is that return for how long? Whether short term or long term. It is secure or not. This is comparable to like just going to the stock market. Because stock market, you know, people are hey, you don't have to sit, you don't have to own a firm. You just go and buy stock. Because stock will give you the rights as per your share equity. And then the risk is just that much. Okay? So you have to prove to them that, you know, somehow the investment they put into your company is more reliable, you're giving a higher return in the appropriate time frame. You know, stock exchange may be difficult because you fluctuation of prices, you will not be able to get your return as actual time. But if your company can give them some sort of this, yeah, they're interested. Time is very crucial. This day, you know, lifestyle for people, normal lifestyle, people that are living 60 years, but you know, 60 years you waste 20 years of education like you're here now. But 40 years, productive 40 years. So productive 40 years, if you want to be a billionaire, you divide it by 40. So how much money you have to earn per year, per month, per day, per second? Then you know exactly. And then related to interest. The bank interest is just only to cover the risk. So the risk, as you know, they give you 1.5%. In return, then you make a loan as 7%. As a spread of about 5.5% different. This is, you know, if you want to grab that part, that 5.5 difference, this is what you have to prove to them that, yeah, it's better, because otherwise, they even think better than even go to the bank, take the loan, and then invest in your company. Yeah. So it's very simple, but the thing is you have to how to protect them. You know, if the company doesn't fly by night, set up and then have people invest and it just disappear. You have to be there instead. But this is important. And you know, for people that like what I say is really jazzy and loosey. You have a company, yeah, you be of course you are CEO, but you know, all the hardship is on you. You have to make hard decisions. You have to bear a lot of the criticism and all you know, all the problem and issue you have to solve. You will to solve. That's why I say when you do that, you have to go to that kind of meditate, focus, stay very focused. Then you have wisdom, and then you can endure all these actions. So business is not the beauty of the business is not just to have it. You have to live with it. Like people buying a yacht, you know, the yacht, buying a yacht. They say the 2 moments they enjoy is when they have it, when they buy it, and the other one is when they sell it. Because during the time they have the yacht, they only enjoy 1 weekend. The rest they have to pay for maintenance, paying for morning, paying for the cruise, paying on the captain, the engine. There are a lot. That's why you can see it. Only few people they afford to buy a yacht. See? So like this company, it's not. Don't think that being on a company is good. You earn money. You have to live with it and make sure that you know you understand and you like it. Otherwise, if you're having a company like a lot of company, the second generation, the father built, the son run it. The son doesn't really know how to only enjoy life and then, enjoy the income. But one day the income stop. What happened? It close. So most of the second generation doesn't really live up to the first generation expectation. I don't think that the company that lasts that long with just one idea, one people that need one idea, other people to so the Shiba just went bankrupt. And then after 147 years. So it's happened, it's just because they want to make one wrong move and one decision. That's why I say decision is more important. Information you can have everywhere. I'm not more knowledgeable than you are, but I with a good experience, I make a level, a better step with my own decision. So at least I can rely on to my experience. So other thing is the experience is important. You have to very much rely on the experience. People with a lot of experience is the people that they are more important than they have a degree. Like the Alibaba would say, a PhD is mean that you pay more, you get a PhD. You pay a little bit less, you get the MBA. You pay for compulsory 4 years, then you get undergraduate degree. But it doesn't mean that when you be a PhD student after you graduate, you will be a millionaire straight away. The good thing is that if you can nurse your idea during your younger year in your MBA, you want to do business school, taste the idea, and when you graduate, you have two things: your degree as well as your business model, which is tested by a lot of friends, a lot of professors. At least more than you pass the screen at this project also pass the screen. You at least more than 60% achievable. Instead of, next month I graduate, I just start thinking of what business I should do. It's too late, my friend, I tell you. It's already too late. Yeah, you should start thinking now whether you are in first year, whether you are second year, you should start. No matter how, you start up, it's still okay. The early you get, but get the idea tested through idea, get the feedback. Everything is profiling. That's what it is. Profiling. If bad criticism is good for your listener. Good criticism, you don't enjoy that too much because it's maybe just very one-sided opinion. So, like in the old day, people say when the family is very rich, they have 3 sons. The son that they like to keep in the land in the cities. The son that they don't like, they keep outside the city. The son that they hate very much, they keep in the land and far away, nobody knows, like in Japan. When the economy turns out that people that are not going to farming, people that own the land now, son that own the land for farming, become rich, and the guy in the city, because it's been followed by the father, they only just enjoy life and one day and stay with that. So this thing you have to be very careful with whatever you do. Whatever is come, take it, and then when you look at it, there are always solution. Wisdom is coming from concentration, and concentration is meditation is basically that's a way you can generate a lot of this wisdom. I'm talking too much philosophical, but give you the idea, isn't it? You don't have to be meditate in the bedroom or in a very confined area, out in the open. Like you go walk in the morning, walking the dog, you can do it meditation. Even in a very highly concentrated area, in the toilet, you still can do it. Okay.
Well, on that note, I would say,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we are very grateful to Mr. Chan for spending this valuable time. As I told you, he normally imparts value to us. So please put your hands together. Now, can I ask all those who raised questions to please come forward? Who asked questions? Who else? The gentleman at his computer, please come. Did any of the ladies ask questions? No? Only two asked questions? Okay, that's all right. Please come and stand right up in front. And what we are going to do is, we are going to give Mr. Chan a small token of our appreciation. Okay? So I'm going to ask the future businessman, come. Come. And Jose, you stand next to Mr. Chan. Can you come to the center, sir? Okay. Yeah. Can you come to the center? And gentlemen, can you hand over to Mr. Chan? Okay, a gift. Okay, appreciation. All right, can you do that? Very nice. Let's do that. Thank you so much. A little token of appreciation from Assumption University. And also we should say, Suk San Wan Songkran. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Mr. Chan would like to do something also, so I do not know. Left up to you.
Yeah. So I only entertain two questions. The even three people ask, but from the other audience, I will give a fair share. So if anybody would like to put the name down, make it easy. Make it easy. I have thought a lot about what I have said about how repetition on selecting a country. And there is one index which is English. I'd say because we only study economics. What index is called? Gini index.
Can you say it loud? Who said it? Can you say it loud?
Gini index. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So I have one token.
Please come forward, gentlemen.
So this book I published myself because I was president of the Thai Australian Alumni Association, and the king was the alumni of Australia. So I printed this book 2 years ago in memory of his 60th anniversary. But the French should be 3-4 years. This book is 54, is 64 now.
Yes.
So I want to give this book to the one that answered the right questions.
Okay, well with that, this session ends, and now I'm going to invite everybody to come down to the lobby of A building, please. Okay, we are going to launch a great man's journey through Thailand, and he's spreading awareness against global climate change, okay, global warming. So can we all please adjourn down? I'm going to ask Mr. Chan to join us. Please come.